All right. So I'm hoping that my volume is correct. Let me get this thing here started. So the topic of this video is titled Improve the Moment with Sensory Awareness. I chose this lovely scenery to help improve our sensory awareness. So on the agenda that we have, I'm going to discuss the introduction, of course, introducing myself. What is improving the moment? How can we improve? Can we improve? And sensory awareness. And then I'm going to demonstrate a little bit and show you what the reflection looks like. So for the introduction, hi. You have Karina here, Karina Thomas to be exact. I am a first generation African-American female clinical psychology graduate student, and I'll be earning my psychology doctorate's degree, or what we call a PsyD, in clinical psychology from the California School of Professional Psychology at Alliant International University of San Diego. Mouthful. So I'm creating this lovely video to not only provide skills to help center and ground others, but to educate them on various therapeutic skills that can help them without the expensive cost of therapy. Wink, wink. This video will creatively help me become a better and more well-rounded doctor and person so that I may help people who are struggling with their thoughts, feelings, and actions. So now let's dive into this new therapy technique together and see what it has to offer. So now, we kind of have to ask ourselves these questions. What is improving the moment? Why should I improve the moment? And how can I improve the moment? So this is a relatively new therapy developed by a lovely woman named Marsha Linehan, and it's called dialectical behavioral therapy. Now that is a mouthful. So for now, we will refer to it as DBT. And if you have not heard of DBT, I challenge you to read at least one article about it, and you will have more knowledge of this new and fun therapy technique. So on this video, though, I'm going to focus on the skill that I enjoy, which is referred to as improve the moment with sensory awareness. This skill happens to fall under the umbrella of our lovely distress tolerance skills. So distress tolerance is something that we need, to be honest, to deal with a lot of stress in life. I know whoever is watching this video, you're going through stress, and this is what we can use in order to de-stress. So the goal of this factor of distress tolerance is to survive crisis situations without making them worse, accept reality by replacing suffering and being stuck, quote unquote, stuck with ordinary pain and the possibility of moving forward, and becoming free of having to satisfy the demands of your own desires, urges, and intense emotions that we all have. With improve the moment with sensory awareness, it is viewed as a crisis survival skill. So we all have our crises and we all need to survive, right? And under the umbrella of distress tolerance. So which are skills that we tend to learn, sometimes on our own, sometimes from trauma, for tolerating painful events and urges and emotions when you cannot make things better right away. So then we kind of get into the why of improving the moment. So this skill was developed to create a set of strategies that can be helpful in improving the quality of the present moment, making it easier to survive a crisis without making it worse. This skill teaches us to replace current negative events with more positive ones by making the moment more positive and easier to tolerate. Improving the moment is all about change. Change in how we judge ourselves, such as encouragement, change in how we judge situations. So we therefore create meaning in the situation. And some changes involve change in the bodily response to events. So sometimes we got to relax. We got to use that relax mode, Then we must address what we cannot change by using acceptance and letting things go. So sometimes this comes up in many ways, such as prayer or focusing on one thing in the moment. We will get into those topics later. But let's focus on the how too, incorporating the how. So this is something such as it's very useful when you are feeling overwhelmed in a stressful situation that may feel long lasting, or when distracting activities and self-care are just not working for you. Remember these skills by using the word improve, imagery, meaning, prayer, relaxing actions, one thing in the moment, vacation, encouragement. I use my example personally because I stress a lot. So improving the moment has proven useful and even a little fun. I work with clients who have addictions and other mental health issues. It is necessary to focus on change and improving the moment due to them possibly never having the ability to live in the moment, or maybe never learning to be able to live in the moment and improve in the moment. So using this distress tolerance skill as a full-time student, now personally, and a part-time intern and a part-time student worker, this allows me to actually, slow down, to learn to accept where I am and where I am at in my life, learn how to release control of things. That's really difficult. And things I have no control over, and understanding the benefits of letting go of past hurt. So now we can move into what this actually looks like. So this is what improve is going to look like for us. Improving the moment will allow us to feel useful when we are overwhelmed in a stressful situation. So we start off with the I and improve imagery. And since I'm on crunch time, I'm going to flow through this pretty quickly. So with imagery, we look at mental visualization that can be used to distract, soothe, and bolster courage and confidence, and make future rewards more constant. So we are kind of looking further in to ourselves when we mentally visualize, but also allowing ourselves to relax. So using this can create a situation different from the actual one to ensure safety and security. Going to an imaginary safe place or a room within yourself can be very helpful. So for example, we can imagine our hurtful emotions draining out of us like water out of a pipe. You think about that image. So then we move on to the M, meaning. It sounds exactly what it is finding a purpose or a meaning in painful situations. So to focus on whatever positive aspects of a painful situation you can find, repeating the positive aspects, and remember, listen to or read about your spiritual value, read about spiritual values, and maybe you can learn some about yourself. And then we get into the P, we get into prayer. It is very difficult for this one, but the essence of this is to completely open yourself to the moment. Open your heart and your mind to a higher power, if you will, taking into consideration, whether it be God or your own supreme being. Ask for strength to bear the pain that you live with, the pain that you're going through. Turn things over to the higher power, letting it go, releasing that control. Then we go into R of the improve, relaxing actions. Now this one can be actually kind of nice. The key here is to select activities that ordinarily have the effect of calming you down. So for some people, it may be taking a hot bath, massaging your neck or your scalp, breathing deeply, maybe even practicing yoga or changing your facial expressions if you frown a lot, maybe resting your face. These things can help. Then we move into O, which is one thing in the moment. Although it can be very difficult to do, very difficult, believe me, focusing on one thing in the moment can be very helpful in the middle of a crisis. So focus your entire attention. It's going to be difficult, so it takes practice. Focus your entire attention on just what you are doing, keeping yourself in the moment. Put your mind in the present and focus on your entire attention on the physical, your physical being. Then we move into V, vacation. Anybody want to go on a vacation? So taking a vacay, if you will, from adulthood is coping. It's a coping skill, actually. It's by retreating into yourself or allowing yourself to be taken care of for the moment. So give yourself a brief vacation, go to the beach or the woods for the day, turn off your phone for the day if that'll help. Take an hour breather from the hard work you've been working on. You deserve it. And then E, which we kind of flow into pretty nicely, the encouragement of it all. Encouragement is cheerleading yourself and rethinking situations. So cheer yourself on, give yourself I will make it out of this. I'm doing the best that I can. And this pain won't last forever. And then repeat it. We are humans. We need repetition now. So we're going to combine these factors to improving sensory awareness with what it is. Sensory awareness is aimed at centering oneself to enhance a sense of calmness and peace. It involves focusing attention on various sensations that one might have. The procedure that we have going when it comes to this is making sure that we are focusing on the awareness of our thoughts and our emotions and how we attend to them. How do we actually attend to ourselves? So this procedure asks a series of questions about your body sensations, and if focusing your mind on body sensations can bring you back to the present. So if you pay attention to your body every once in a while, you might not stay stuck in the past, or you're not maybe floating on into the future. This helps many people feel grounded. Yes, just like it sounds, 2 feet on the ground, and more at peace, calming emotions that feel out of control, bringing those out of control emotions to a calming pace. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate briefly about what this looks like. So this is how it would look like. Find a comfortable position. Staying in this position, listen to the questions below. Listening for your response after each question. Listen to each question and notice what occurs before I ask the next session. So being able to listen to how your body responds before I ask each question will allow you to look further into yourself. There are no right or wrong responses. Just notice your reaction to each question. Can you feel your hair touching your head? Can you feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe? Can you feel the space between your eyes? Can you feel the distance between your ears? Can you feel your breath touching the back of your eyes while you inhale? So this is something that I tend to do with my clients when they are having, as I say, emotional overload. When your emotions are too much and you shut down, I tend to ask them questions like this to bring them back to the present. Yes, at some points they're kind of looking at you like, what is happening? And this is when we use reflection. So in a crisis, like with my clients, or when you may have very little time to ask yourself, okay, what's going on? What's happening in my body? Take some time out and ask yourself 2 or 3 of these questions. There are more, to tolerate the crisis that you may be in. because this is how my clients tolerate their crisis and how I tolerate my crises. And at the end of the demonstration, it is usually custom and important to reflect on how we use the skill for our own challenging situations and how it can benefit others to truly understand this skill. We allow ourselves to ask ourselves these questions. Sorry about that. But we allow ourselves to ask these questions. You know, did the arousal and distress tolerance, meaning did your stress go down? Did it stay the same? Did it go up? And, you know, have that talk with yourself like, okay, why did it stay the same? Or why did it go down? Or why did it go up? And then ask ourselves, how did it feel to improve the moment? How did it feel to be here? You know, and not back in 2005 or flashing forward to 2035. So as I end, I want to say thank you for taking this time out to listen, and good luck. Happy improving, and let us know how you do.